On. Hey everybody, I hope everybody's had a blessed Sunday this far. I appreciate everybody that pulled up earlier and hit that like button and came to talk about some people just don't want to see you grow. So I appreciate everybody, all my riders that put up today. Josh became a new member for my girl Swamp Talk. If y'all into Love and Marriage Huntsville, make sure y'all pull up with my girl Swamp Talk. I gotta get over there with her and kind of catch up on some things that I have missed because that's my reality TV show. So yeah, my sister and my rider Alma, welcome to the riding team and thank you so much. I had this live set up before y'all and I forgot it. I was thrown off. Hey Chevy Boo, hey Chevy, and I love you Chevy. I hope you see my comment, okay, Bookie? But I love you. Chevy, I don't know if China asked you about some information that I wanted to get from this case. Hey, Keek. Hey, love. But I want to get into it. This is a story that happens in Dallas, in Oak Cliff, in Texas. And for my riders that don't know, I am from a sector called the Mo3 sector. And a name that particularly went around this case, hey, Jamie, that came up in the Mo3 sector at one point. This is allegedly, but I've heard it on numerous occasions that Shavon White had something to do with Shavon Randle as well. He has been implicated to taking the life of Mo3. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Shane. Shane, can you drop your link for the people that don't have it yet for when you go live in a minute? Hey, Rob, baby. Hey, Timmy Lynn. Hey, Bird, my riders. Swamp. Shane, can you drop Swamp Talks link, please? Can you drop Swamp's link, please? Y'all, like I said, for the Love and Marriage Huntsville, if you into that, my girl Swamp Talk is the place to be. I said I got to catch up with Swamp. So hopefully in the next couple of days, even today, later on today, she goes live so I can go and chill and, catch up since I'm taking off and getting some stories together, doing my research and stuff like that. I definitely want to go over there with Swamp Talk or whatever. Hey, Positive, my sister, Paula, my rider. Salute. Mo, my boo. Hey, Bookie. Shane, did you hear me about dropping Swamp Talk's link, please? And if you're a content creator, Burber, drop your link, please. Hey, Pete. But in the Mo3 sector, Mo3 was a rapper out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Let me say Fort Worth, Texas. And his life was taken on a highway in Texas a few years ago. And it was a guy by the name of Devin Brown and Shavon White who allegedly unalived Mo3 on the highway in a horrific type of way. But this story is about Shavon Randle. But sometimes when stories happen in neighborhoods, do it circulate with names? Do other names start coming out and, communities start talking, but not as much as talking to say where the child is or talking. Hey, Kenya, my rider, my sister. But sometimes, communities talk, just not to the right people. So there goes Swamp's link. You guys, please, riders, hit that link, okay? Subscribe to my girl Swamp, please. She said, a sub. Thank you, baby. Burber, you know how to drop your link? If you need somebody to drop your link, Burber, y'all make sure you go check my boo Burber there, okay? But y'all know in the communities, and I don't know why we won't save a life. And I get we be scared. I need bookies. And Nia's also has a channel as well. She just posts and support everybody, but she does have a channel. So if one of my moderators can drop Nee the Greatest, Shank, if you can drop Nee's right here, need her link too, please, because I'm letting everybody kind of get in by telling the story at the same time. But in a community, thank you, Bird Baby. In a community, you ever notice on the first 48, they knock on the doors, they searching, they trying to see, hey, did you see who ran in the alley? Hey, did you see what happened? And everybody. But after the police leave, the community starts talking. Even though allegedly Shavon White wasn't questioned or he never made it to this courtroom, to face Siobhan's family, but we know with the life of streets, anything is possible. And I was talking about that with Kenya in the chat, how we can get with a drug dealer and live the best life. Some, we come out of the slums. We come out of they take us out of situations that was unbearable to live in. And even we have children by the drug dealers. Not ever thinking that for the price of material things can be the price of a life. And this is what happened to young Shavon Randle. I even have her cousin where she was abducted from. Because see, Shavon was innocent both ways. Shavon wasn't supposed to be kidnapped. This was her cousin's boyfriend's mess. This was her cousin's boyfriend's street mess that came to home. You ever notice that street shit comes back to your house? It could be a year, it could be 10. Hey, Wish, my baby, thank you. It could be 10 years down the road, 20 years. And some street beef can come back to haunt you. That's why with being a mother, you have to be mindful. Like I said, every situation that ends with an unaliving doesn't mean that it was SA. But see how I was moving as a mother, I knew it was a possibility that it could come back to haunt me and skip me and go to my children if I didn't straighten up. If I didn't get my life back together. So today I want to play you guys the story of Shavon Randle and what happened to her in Oak Cliff, Texas. Prayers for her mother. And what's going to stop, I'm going to stop it and talk to you guys, but this video was so heartbreaking. But justice, let me say that, justice for Shavon Randle. Not prayers, but justice and prayers to her mother. Thank you, Wishful. Thank you.
I guess it just ain't settled in yet. I don't know how I really feel right now. It's just the fact of just...
Hold on.
2-year-old Shavon Randle and another person were found just a few hours ago in East Oak Cliff. Randle was last seen in her home on Wednesday. CBS 11's Jason Allen joins us now live from the scene. Jason, you've been working this overnight. What can you tell us this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Jennifer. It is the small white house that is just over my shoulder here. I'm going to let you take a look so that you can kind of get an idea of where investigators are focused this morning. Within the last 25 minutes or so, they have been bringing out bags of evidence, and you can see that they are still looking at the crime scene now, taking pictures. They have been doing that inside and outside of the house, and the medical examiner's van has just showed up. This has been the spot where they have been focused ever since they received what the FBI called, quote, significant information to look specifically here in the overnight hours.
Today, we're diving into the disturbing and heartbreaking case of Shavon Randle, a 13-year-old girl whose life was cruelly cut short in a brutal act of violence that shook the Dallas community to its core. This is the story of an innocent young girl who became the tragic victim of a web of criminal activities far beyond her control, ultimately leading to a murder that left her family and an entire city in mourning. If you're ready to be scared, then watch on further. This is a case you won't forget. Let's dive in.
Attorney Anthony Farmer, not connected to the case, explains the organized crime charge.
And it typically involves multiple criminal acts by certain individuals involved with one another.
Darius Fields, Devontae Owens, Laquan Wilkerson, and Desmond Jones all charged in organized criminal activity. Jones sentenced to 99 years in prison on those charges 2 years ago this month. Siobhan Randle was kidnapped in June of 2017 after a relative's boyfriend stole 100 pounds of marijuana belonging to Darius Fields from a Lancaster hotel room. Days later, her body, along with Michael Titus, discovered in an abandoned house in East Oak Cliff.
But it is the physical evidence that was recovered as part of this investigation.
In the courtroom, mounds of evidence, photos, reports, surveillance video, more than 700 exhibits the state plans to use at trial.
Are these also fair and accurate depictions of the inside of Keast?
That's correct.
In the heart of Dallas, Texas, a 13-year-old girl named Shavon Randle lived a life much like any other young teenager. She was sweet, full of life, and loved by her family. But in June 2017, her story took a dark and tragic turn, one that would leave a permanent scar on her family and community. This is the story of how an innocent young girl became the victim of a horrifying crime, a casualty in a world of drugs, violence, and criminal enterprise. Shavon Randle was just like any other young girl her age, attending school, playing with friends, and enjoying time with her family. She was the kind of girl who brought light into any room she entered, and her family adored her. But the world she lived in was not as safe as it seemed. Her family lived in a neighborhood where the shadow of crime was ever present, a harsh reality for many families in Dallas. Despite the challenges around her, Shavon was a bright light. She had dreams and hopes for her future, dreams that were cruelly cut short. In June 2017, her life was stolen from her in the most horrifying way possible, thrusting her into a nightmare she had no part in creating. Shavon's nightmare began on June 28, 2017. Her kidnapping was not a random act of violence, but the result of a complex web of criminal activities involving drugs, robbery, and retaliation. It all started when a relative's boyfriend stole a large quantity of marijuana, 100 pounds to be exact, from a hotel room in Lancaster, Texas. The marijuana belonged to Darius Fields.
So we got a 13-year-old, and they got kids. Her cousin, whose boyfriend stole the 100 pounds, they have children. So why was Shavon targeted? Why was Shavon targeted? Why was she the one? Why not their children? I got you this week, Portia. Why Shavon?
A man deeply entrenched in organized criminal activities. Fields, a known figure in the Dallas drug world, was enraged by the theft. To send a message and recover his stolen drugs, he orchestrated the kidnapping of Shavon Randle, a girl who had nothing to do with the crime. Fields and his accomplices, Devontae Owens, Laquan Wilkerson, and Desmond Jones, believed that by kidnapping Shavon, they could force her family to return the stolen drugs. On that fateful day, Shavon was taken from her home, setting off a frantic search by her family and law enforcement. The Dallas community held its breath, hoping for her safe return. But as hours turned into days, hope began to fade. As the hours passed following Shavon's abduction, her fate remained uncertain. Behind the scenes, her kidnappers were orchestrating a grisly plan. Shavon, who had no knowledge of the circumstances that led to her kidnapping, was held against her will in an abandoned house, a grimy and decrepit place that would become her final resting place. The men who had taken her were ruthless and determined to recover their lost drugs by any means necessary. While negotiations and investigations were underway to locate Shavon, her captors grew increasingly paranoid and desperate. They knew that the police were closing in and the pressure was mounting. The fact that a young girl's life was in their hands seemed to mean.
We know that. Hey, Pop the Shit. Hey, Leezy, my love. We know that this isn't like we are in a different era and different time. We are in different cities. And when I say different cities, things that happen here might not happen everywhere to this extent. Of Shavon Randle, 13 years old. Cousin's boyfriend is in street shit. She living her best life because they said the neighborhood that they grew up in wasn't quite that, fancy. Hey, China, my pool. Wasn't quite that fancy. So a drug dealer comes in. He's living a street life, just making you feel like you're on top of the world. But you're never looking at the fact that it could one day come back to haunt you of the choices that we made, the lifestyle that we decided to live will come back and haunt us. 100 pounds of weed stolen by the cousin's boyfriend. They had children. So I say again, why Shavon? But this boy was in an organized gang, street gang. He was deep in the streets. And I always said, I wonder why the Dallas bloggers never talked about her. Nobody. What really was Shavon Randle's story? Was it more deceit, more lies, more people involved? When is it going to come to when we want justice for these kids? And nobody keeping their mouths closed based on because everybody know when you live the street life, it's only two things can happen. Dead or sell, period. But sometimes we make the choices to go out there in the streets and think we living our best lives only for it to come back and haunt our loved ones. But it was the auntie for me, because after we finished with this clip, I want to play the auntie. I mean the cousin. I still got questions in the death of Shavon Randle. It was a lady named Chevy in the chat. She's in my chat. She came through. Chevy was actually, how do I say this, bullied. And not only was she bullied as a subscriber, she was bullied with Shavon Randle's autopsy. This baby has set on my mind to say, why would this content creator bully a subscriber with a 13-year-old's autopsy? Pay attention to the monsters that are around us. Who is carrying around a 13-year-old's autopsy, and why do you have it? You're not family. And it bothered Chevy that, because Chevy's name is Shavon. So they said the person told Chevy, do you want to end up like this? That's why I know it's more to Shavon Randle than they would want to say. I'm almost happy I don't live in a community such as theirs. I know it's never easy. Hey, Chevy Boo. I was, with this story, I know you was threatened with Shavon Randle's autopsy. And I always said, why was Peaches carrying around? I'm going to say a name. Because, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. But I always just wanted to know what Peaches, why did you have that baby's autopsy? Why was you carrying around a 13-year-old who was brutally tortured and murdered? Autopsy. Just a question. No beef. Just a question. In a community where nobody says anything, but have children themselves. I always say, I would never, yeah, Miss Wish. This was said on Straight Like That, so I don't want to take the credit, but when a lot of beefs was starting, Chevy kind of broke out of her shell. And she was just tired of a lot of stuff that was going on. Do I really know all the beef? No. But in the midst of the beef, Chevy was texted and threatened with Shavon Randle's autopsy. Hey, Blonde Goddess. Hey, Butterfly. Hey, Bookie, I hope you better. But I want to play the cousins when she was on the stand after we listened to this. But this was gruesome. But it's some twist to this. Siobhan isn't the only one who lost her life. In the streets, there's no way you can be, I see y'all like, yeah. That's why I asked for Chevy to come through, and stuff like that. Yes, a lot better. Thank you for checking on me always. Hey, Lexi. But if you know the streets, you just know the streets. Maybe not by choice, maybe because of the decision you made to mess with that dealer. Your cousin, your brother was in the street, so you just had to learn it. But we all know there's never loose ends. When streets get this deep where nobody will even talk about this story, but on YouTube and it's strangers that's not in that community, and I know 1,000 Dallas bloggers. Hey, Bookie, hey, Rosie Boo, my rider. So I said, why nobody ever discussed her story? Hey, Colton, Sugar Hill, Bookie. Why is her story so quiet? Why is her story such a secret?
To mean little to these hardened criminals, the abandoned house where Shavon was held became the setting for her tragic end. It is believed that at some point, the men decided that Shavon had become a liability. The fear of being caught with her alive, combined with their growing frustration, led.
And y'all think about it. For those that know, why is she walking around with this baby's autopsy in her possession? It's bothering me now. I'm just like, she is here in Dallas. It was in where she was located in the crack house. It was the trap house. It was in Oakland.
Led them to a terrifying decision. They would kill Shavon to eliminate any chance of her identifying them or providing information to the police. The sheer cruelty and cold-bloodedness of this decision underscored the dangerous and callous nature of the criminals involved. Shavon was shot 4 times, 2 of those bullets piercing her head. The brutality of the crime was shocking, even to seasoned law enforcement officers who had seen their share of violence. The young girl, who should have been planning her summer activities, was instead lying lifeless on the floor of an abandoned.
13, Shavon Randle. 13-year-old Shavon Randle. Y'all know how nasty, that's some nasty word. 2 in the head at 13. She supposed to be outside, y'all, riding her bike, jump roping. We talking about that earlier, jump roping, going to the pool. But instead, Shavon Randle was at her cousin's house the day of her disappearance. But it was, in fact, Shavon Randle's cousin's boyfriend that took the drugs. What did you say? Oh, wow, Chevy, I know you lying today. Chevy, I know you lying to me. I got chills just thinking. Imagine being on this app and never knowing this story. This is Chevy, you guys. It's my boo. Imagine being on this app like y'all are. Y'all are just subscribers. And why y'all subscribers? Y'all don't know nothing about 13-year-old Shavon Randle. And you get into it with somebody else on YouTube. And when you do it, hey sister, when you find out, when it takes you to get a crime scene, Chevy says she's got the crime scene photos of 13-year-old Shavon Randle as a threat of someone asking her, do you want to end up like this? That's why I always say, you just can't trust. Hey, Nisha Boo, you just can't trust people because that's crazy. That is scary, Chevy. I've never heard this story. Callie gave it to me. Callie's Kitchen. You guys make sure y'all go follow my sister. Please go follow my sister. She's over doing her thing in that kitchen, and her gospel Sundays are everything. So she have a baby crime scene photos taunting people with it, but supposed to be investigating Keywan with his involvement in the Mo3 case. Let's go, Miss Parker. But Nee, not only was that name involved in the Mo3 case, think about what you just said, Nee. Who was this content creator involved in? With? Wasn't she involved with Keywan White? And for the people that have heard of the story, I've heard of Keywan White potentially, and it's allegedly. Everything I'm saying right now is allegedly, besides what y'all heard about Shavon Randle and the demise of this 13-year-old girl. So the unaliving of Mo3 and Shavon Randle, it's crazy word. And this was bought out, you guys. This ain't something that was said behind the scenes. Chevy did bring this out on Straight Like That's panel a few months ago, and I paid attention. And it bothered me. It stuck. And I was like, it's scary. It's kind of creepy when she said it. Because Callie had told me about this story 2 years ago. And it kind of stuck with me. Once I read about it, I was like, damn. They'd have to do that baby like it. Like, damn. But she's innocent. All kids should be innocent, but this baby wasn't innocent. This baby was something. It was somebody else's. She was a tragedy of bad choices. Being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or was she? Was Shavon Randle really at the wrong place at the right time? Or was she there at the perfect time to save her cousin's kids? Because you already knew. You already knew that your boyfriend took that 100 pounds from an organized drug gang. Real street dudes. And you knew it was going to circle back to your home. And you were supposed to save yours. I'm not taking it from the mother. But you put Shavon in danger in the place of yours. You sacrificed this baby. And I'm going to get to why I feel like she did. For the sake of hers not getting kidnapped, she put Shavon in this, well, Siobhan, let me correct her name, young Shavon Randle in the place of her kids. And like I said, I'm going to play that after this video and tell y'all why I think that.
Abandoned house, her body left to rot in the Texas heat.
And let me say that to this content creator. I know we want to get on here and play Big Billy Badass and show our reach and show how far we can do things, but that's just not it. That hiding, sending that to Chevy, the baby's crime scene, from something that allegedly the dude you screwing on are supposed to be potentially starting a relationship with, has something to do with it. And you got a child. That's why you can't take everybody serious. Some people turn their nose up to YouTubers, but if it wasn't for YouTubers, I wouldn't know shit, and I live in Dallas. Yeah, Mo. It must have been meant to for Chevy to come through. Yeah, I've been said that, motherfucker scared to wake it up. Let's go, Miss Parker. Oh yeah, we're not gonna sugarcoat. I'm so glad this is being covered. No one really knows Shavon's story. But the fact that we got a grown woman walking around with a 13-year-old that shot in her head twice and riddled her body as a dig. I must say, just when you think an adult could get any weirder, I talk about weird adults. I do. I talk about some weird adults. Hey, Muff. But this right here, you open your phone, and when you open your phone, It's a crime scene of a 13-year-old girl. They just out the rapping his daughter out here at the car wash. Prayers to Lil Ronnie and his baby. Because I'm not saying that we know the industry shit happens. Okay, love, enjoy, okay? Get you some rest. Get you some rest, Lynn. But we know Rocky Dennis Wade, who did what? I'll get back to it, Rocky. Salute to you, okay? Facts, because I never heard of this story. She said, I gotta get to my bed. Okay, get you some sleep. Hey, SRT. So, a few months ago, and just so y'all know, for my riders, because there's a lot of people from my sector in here right now, okay, riders, just work with me. Just work with me for a little bit. Let me tell this story. So, a few months ago, I'm in the Mo 3 sector. I'm from the Mo 3 sector, riders. I'm from the Mo 3 sector. Miss Parker is from the Mo 3 sector. It'll be a story for a later day, because right now this focus is the kid. So in the Mo 3 sector is a rapper from Dallas for Fort Worth, okay? I think I'm kind of telling my version from observation, because I get it. I can't tell the Dallas version, but I can tell some stuff that I've heard from the Dallas version, if you give me a chance, SIT. But I know you from there, so, I don't want to say that I know for sure. But I do know for sure of this. Miss Callie Kitchen sent me the story 2 years ago. I read up on it. I'm in the Mo 3 sector at the time, but I read up on it. I was like, damn. She said, I wonder why nobody's talking about this. Because Callie's from Texas. So I looked at it and I kind of pushed it to the side because I really wasn't doing kids at the time. Hey, Judd. So as I go and read the story, it gets deep. And I think SRT, am I wrong? It was torture involved as well. It wasn't just the gun part. It was torture. They tortured the baby. Because a lot of people still free. Now, it's a content creator. And I'm just going to be honest. What happened is it's over straight like that. It happened in there. That's where I seen it. And I just didn't know. I just know the name sound familiar. So the lady in the chat named Chevy was beefing. She really wasn't beefing. Somebody started something with her. However it went. Peaches and Chevy go back and forth. So Chevy comes on the panel and say, y'all want to, she show receipts? I'm going to show receipts. Another chat of 15-year-old, yeah. So in the midst of Chevy telling her story, Chevy's like, yeah, hey, you guys. Because she said she's going to dock Chevy. Yeah. So Chevy comes on the panel just like I'm sitting, is like, hey, she wants to dox me. And doxing means dig up all your information, put out your real name, how many kids you got, charges, anything. That's doxing. So in the midst of the doxing, and without saying too much, I was connected to them people. And that day has never left my mind. So y'all, that's my sister that gave me this story 2 years ago. So I knew from conversation with Callie, the story had to bother because I remember she cried. And I ain't know why Callie was crying about it. I was like, well, she was like, sister, she's like, I wonder, she's like, when you start your channel, do this. Because I told her what I was going to do. She said, please. She's like, I don't know why these niggas ain't talking about this baby. She broke it down to me, so I was interested. They claim it was torture, but the trial didn't produce those allegations at all. Absolutely, Rocky. SRT said, Rocky, shit, they weren't alive. Does it really matter? He said, facts. So Chevy jumps on the panel over her own straight like that. So Chevy said, well, since she's doxing, tell her to put everything out there. Tell her to put how she sent me Shavon Randle's paperwork and said it was her crime scene. I thought it was her autopsy, but her crime scene and said Do you want to end up like her? And that name, Shavon Randle, stood out to me, you guys. Instantly. I was on the phone, like I had to put it on the TV, and I started saying, "Where's her name?" I went through me and Callie's text of 2 years, y'all. I was thumbing through my text. I was like, "It's name." Cause Straight Like That had it where you couldn't rewind his chat, so I couldn't hear the name again. But I said, "His name sound familiar." At this time, the Peaches lady was allegedly, it wasn't even alleged, was involved with Keywan White, a person that is said to take the life of Mo3. So I really got interested, like, what? Why you got this baby's anything in your possession? Peaches threatened Chevy, that's in the chat. Chevy said it on Straight Like That. She said, she sent everything to Straight Like That, all the paperwork. She's in the chat. She just said it wasn't her autopsy, it was a crime scene. But who is carrying around a 13-year-old that was in something like this? Anything about the 13-year-old? And I always said, and I'm just asking Dallas, why not talk about it? Oh, what was that person really a part of this baby's demise? Is it got to be a popular kid to say something like, I just got to be honest. I see the city going crazy. And pray us for Lil Ronnie and his baby. But why not Shavon Randle? Why she's not getting the traction? I'm just asking. Why is none of these kids that's involved like Shavon Randle getting the traction? Why is one child's life better than the other? Ain't they all kids? But all that pulled eyeballs out and cut ears shit off was cap. Pay attention, SRT shouldn't finna take a turn. Hey, Melanated Queen. She said Peaches. He said, China, this happened in the hood. I was present for all this. Yeah, that's why she get this trolling. She said, wow, bitches need to watch their mouth. And this affected Callie because Callie said without saying too much. And I know the story a little bit from what she did want to share. Because of Callie's emotions were high. And remember, I said, I gotta see what the story is about to mess with my sister. Because all the kids, Callie wanted me to talk about her when I started my channel. And this is not me to come at Peaches. It's not. But it's crazy in this sector how things like that just get swept under the rug. We'll stick to somebody being gay or who slept with who, but this 13-year-old's autopsy or crime scene pictures are in the possession of yours that you hold with Keywan White. And we just let that go. So did she matter? Because she matters to me. But did she matter? I get street shit, but did she matter? Hey, Cardi K. They started threatening Ratchet when he was covering the story. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. But threatening why? She's gone. Y'all took her life. So people can't care about the kids or sure because of how y'all done her. Street shit, right? But she leaves this world as a what? Nobody? Not on over here. That's crazy when you take a baby's life and you threaten because you don't want nobody. It's out. What? All the names? Keywan? But when he takes the life of one of yours, don't need somebody to treat y'all's up there when they not because of who did it. I heard about that. I read on that today. I read it in the comments. They threatened Ratchet because he was all over the place. Hey, my mother's keeper, but why? That's what I'm saying. Do it take one of ours to come on live? And our baby, we noticed that our baby's life gets swept under the rug and somebody can hold autopsies and the crime scene of this brutality. And nobody ever questioned it. We talk about so much other shit over here. Rocky that would explain why when I hit his DM the day Chevy said it, he didn't bite on it. She said, wow, wow, wow. Crazy part about it, Keywan wasn't even involved in that shit. They blamed him. Thank you, Callie. Because it was also somebody named by the name of Mike T. That's what I should see, the love for the people. Because choices. When you live by the street, you die by the streets. These sayings wasn't made up for nothing when, yesterday, because the people that was involved in this case was involved in 3's case as well, allegedly. See, Rocky, this is the thing. I'm agree to disagree with you. You say, oh well, that ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. They try to blame Keywan. Was you in that room? Was you around those people when everything was taking place? Because somebody can tell Callie, I didn't do shit, but that don't. If Callie wasn't around me or here, why would his name come about? Why would pictures of all people that was involved with Keywan and getting all his paperwork and stuff? Why would Shavon Randle's just slide across her desk in the midst of the Keywan paperwork that she has, Rocky Dennis? Now you explain that to me, and hey, you got it. We gotta have real conversations. Let's have real conversations. Let's not troll her, but for her mother, for the little girl's mother, since we can't give her accolades to keep her name alive. Since Dallas business is always Dallas business, and I get it. But now when it comes to these kids, it's everybody's business once it goes worldwide. Once it hits YouTube and people log on these stories and look for one kid and one kid's story and all these stories come up. And you start listing and then things like that. Oh, I'm going to just pull out my purse and take a picture with the phone of the baby's crime scene and threaten somebody. Wait, what? I'm on the threat, but I'm still like, why do you? I remember that name. Callie gave me that name, and I found the case, and I said, why does she got her paperwork? Josh said, you be cooking for real talk, okay? Them people was not involved in 3 cases at all. They was. Let me tell you something, Rocky. Everybody's guilty. Callie don't got to pull a trigger, but if Callie knows something is about to go down and I'm going to do it, she's just as guilty. Am I correct? Because even though it's something might not be stuck to them about Mo3, they knew. They was involved. They know exactly what happened. Your hands are just as dirty. Somebody can break in the house and you can be outside watching. Your hands is just as dirty because you didn't kick down the door or go in the house or whatever. Your hands are just as dirty. For however anybody wants to see it. Cardi K, yeah, what Nee told you. Crime scene, but China. Okay, not the autopsy. Let me clean that up. But why do you got pictures of the crime scene of Shavon Randle in your possession with paperwork of Keywan Whites? Did y'all forget that she had all this paperwork? She was playing to be in love with this man. Whatever they was doing, I don't care. I'm asking a question. I'm just saying, why did you have her crime scene? That's all I'm asking. Why did you have a 13-year-old's crime scene? See, that's where the confusion come from. And at them dudes was enemies of the backup dancer. Rocky. And I get that. Even if they did not do it to pull a trigger, they was involved, Rocky. They was involved. Good evening, Miss Parker. Hey, Lisa, my bookie, my rider. Hey, girl. Keywan got one of them dudes' names tatted on him. He said Rocky right. And I'm not trying to, I'm just saying from my observation. This ain't saying this is what happened to her. He's involved. I'm saying it's strange. Keywan and Mike T was cool, Miss Parker. Y'all know how many stories I got in my can I say this to you, Rocky? You know, me and you've been cool for years. Not a year, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 years. Is this the first time we've heard of anybody on the live? And this is just my observation. Again, Rocky, this is just my observation. But I've got so many stories where friends unalive friends. Jealousy, envious, loose. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you anymore. I don't trust that if something comes out that you'll hold it down. Now I don't know these people, but whoever said that Mike T wasn't a casualty, they couldn't even have loose ends. Did we not learn anything from New Jack City? These movies was put out here because these niggas be real live Nino Browns. Rocky, she implicated Keywan. Yeah. But don't put it on me, because I ain't do it, Rocky. Yes, she implicated him. Absolutely. Rainwater said himself to look in her case, and you'll find stuff out about 3 cases. And I heard that, Josh, along the way of once Callie broke down and told me a little bit about it. She didn't get into details. Everything Callie said in Shed Us today, she told me, so I was interested. And I heard her name along the way. And I forgot it because it's been, like I said, a couple of years, almost 3 years. And I used to be like, dang, I heard that name. And I called Callie up a couple of times and said, Callie, didn't you tell me about a little girl? And she'd be like, who? Callie say, who? I said, what's the little girl story you sent me, sis? She'll say, oh, Shavon Randle, why, what happened? And we'll run it down. I tell her what I heard. And this was years ago. But like he said, it was always during the Mo3 era of people bringing it up. So why do we got to close a blind eye? Because these people is suspects. Why do I got to be quiet? Once the story gets out there, unlike the community, I'm going to talk about her. And why are you threatening us up with it? The people who got charged with the unalive, the backup dancer, main man, they had no connection to 3. Rocky, we talking about Shavon Randle. We are simply talking about Shavon Randle and why is her name coming up to any kind of connection with 3. Because somewhere along the line, Rocky, unbeknownst to you, that whether we want to believe it or not, everybody's involved. Everybody's hands is in the cookie jar down there. Even the content creators. Let's start being real. Let's have a real conversation. I don't want a biased conversation over here. I don't want to because I like this person. I be real over here, Rocky. Now we can have a conversation, but I don't want it to be on. Oh, I like this content creator. Nah, I ain't going because it's about the child for me. The horrific ending of Shavon Randle and all the hands that was in it. Again, you don't have to take my life to not be a part of and being involved. Rain is a troll, but Rain be telling too. We just don't take Rain. Some people don't take Rain serious to believe what comes out of his mouth, but I do. Because I know that Rain will forever and always be soft and sweet to me. That's what them kind of niggas do. I'm just being honest. That's just what kind of person he is. He know y'all don't believe him, so he say things. Some things he say it be real that people just go out one ear. It depends on who it is. Josh say something, everybody heard it. Rain say something, oh, you guys, y'all know Rain. I don't. But I don't. I'm in it out. Sorry, Miss Park. Okay. I remember Dunda name being involved in supposedly snitching, but I don't know for facts. So all these names come up with this baby. A 13-year-old girl. A 13-year-old girl. Why are they names even coming up in it? With a 13-year-old girl. If for somewhere, Callie used to hear, yeah, she said she gotta make a call. Rocky, yeah, I'm not from there, but the people I know say the same thing. I can't lie. We do know him, Josh, but in the midst of somebody's being cocky and being funny, a little truth comes out sometimes. Okay? He said Malaysia Booker. Is that a story you want me to cover? SRT Ken, is that somebody I need to look into? Let me write it down just in case, but I watched this from when she first went missing, all the way to everybody's trial, and she didn't get justice at all. She didn't. She didn't. That's the sad part. I'm about to let y'all hear the rest of this and Malaysia Booker. Okay. That's crazy. I just broke down. I understood Callie being emotional with this story. She said that all Cardi K over a basketball game. What she said, he said, now that's true. Okay. They thought Mike T crossed them with the dude who robbed the girl. You could tell by listening. What happened over a basketball game, Sugar Hill Love? That was BS. Dallas and her auntie felt that baby grow horribly. They did. Oh, let's not talk about the dice game. Yeah. Save our baby. Say it again, Josh. MD20. That was my homeboy daughter. Them motherfuckers was foul for that. Prayers to you, MD20. Freddie Folks did that. I'll admit I'm learning as we go. I'm not familiar with Baby Girl's story. I want to finish playing it. Josh, all I'm going to say is the truth is absolutely in the chat. Thank you, SRT. I needed that. She said Don, Freddie, and Zach. Out of respect, can I say this? Sometimes we do these cases and okay. I got it. I'm gonna have to go educate myself about this, but listening and trying to thus follow. Kenya, Marada, some of these people in here are from the sector I'm in. I just haven't never got to the part of the telling you guys I'm from the Mo3 sector. So do your research on Mo3 from Dallas, and then one day this week I'll break it down to my riders, okay? But I'll let you know about that book after you do your research. SRT Ken, I'm listening to it all and I'm gonna look into it. Hey Fee, what's going on, sugar? Shay, can you drop her link? Miss Parker, we going to keep you busy, okay? Um, Sugar Hill, that was the weak ass excuse they gave. What year did this happen? Let me see. I think it was 2015. Let me get it right. SRT 2015 or 2017. I mean, there go Cali. It was personal for me. I didn't know Shavon, but I absolutely knew Mike T. Neither deserve to die. I don't care who think differently. And that be the thing. It's people that knew Shavana. It's friends. It's family. It's people like Mike T. And we know you live by the streets. You do die by the streets, unfortunately. But we don't know what happened that day. But I know the names don't circulate for no reason. MD20 said, MD20 said Don, Freddie, and Zach. And he said, that was my homeboy's daughter that was fouled for that. Freddie Folks did not kill Shavon. Rocky, let me ask you this, Rocky. And Rocky, hit the panel. I love for you to hit the panel. How do you know then? Who did it, Rocky? You know all of this, but you know what I'm saying? We ain't saying put them out there, but you know a little too much. And that's why I be saying, do y'all come around to hear what we gonna say about these cases? To take it back, it's a sad case, and it's a sad case that we sit in these chats and we go back and forth and bicker about. That ain't who killed her. That ain't who did it. I'm glad I don't live in that community. And y'all be the same ones with children. It be the same people that got kids. But we are so quick to get involved on who did it and get in a battle of who did it and who didn't do this to this baby. They didn't do it. This shouldn't even be an argument or even a back and forth. This is disgusting. This is disturbing. And the fact that because we know somebody, well, it's killers all around her. I don't know if it's a killer next door. That I just don't know that that's what he does. The dude charged with Shavon was on Trap Hills. They enemies. I feel sorry for our kids. I feel sorry. And she said, you're absolutely right. Neither one of them did. He said, Rocky, F you mean. I'm trying to stand it too now. Rocky, now, this man's friend, the baby, Shavon's father's friend is in the chat saying, what you mean? And it's like, I want to understand it too. Like, are we not parents or are we parents? Are we not a sector that cares about real stuff? Or are we a sector that's just be stuck on the BS and not again question this lady of why she's walking around with Shavon Randle's crime scene and then allegedly be Freddie's cousin and threaten Chevy with that because Chevy's name is Shavon. He said, I just heard about Zach being unalived in Dallas or Fort Worth. Is that the same dude? Okay, because I didn't even know who Mo3 is. I know Kenya, baby. A lot of people don't. My friend worked at the call center with her aunt. He said, agreed, Callie. No one deserves to be unalived. Why do some people feel like they can play God? I don't know, Lizzie. Cardi B, I've been waiting for somebody to talk about it. Who needs their link to be dropped? He said, this is crazy story right here. And my what's crazy? Welcome mob 214. I thought this was mob MD20, so my bad, mob, but welcome. They ran D and Mike T for days. Oh my God. Wow. And MD20, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've heard this story, and Callie didn't break it all the way down. Like MD saying, but some of the details he's saying, and this was years ago, I've heard some of these things. I cannot lie. Do I know it to be true? No. He said, Lordy. So I need to look at a Mo3 case. Yeah. My riders, check out Mo3, okay? And we'll discuss it. I'm not going to go deep in it, but we'll discuss it, okay, riders? We'll probably do that Friday. We'll do drunken conversation, and we'll just have our girl talk like we do. She said, be respectful. MD20 is Lexi. MD20 is the Siobhan's father's best friend. So emotions might be running high for him to kind of be here to her. And this is just my observation, you guys, again. And along the way, things have happened to where Shavon Randle's name has came across some stuff in the sector, some situations. Mike T was actually innocent in this particular situation, but they accused him of setting up the play. Easy crazy they let all these racists live though, but unalive each other and kids, but that's another story. Rosie, let's go, my rider. What's going on, Pooh? Happy Sunday. When you find out who Malaysia Booker is and who she F with, you'll see the two sides. Rocky saying not getting along. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, SRT. I appreciate you for clearing it up. Lexi, they did. Kenya, hell yeah. It happened. Okay, 2017. Okay, thank you so much, Nee. Is anybody in jail for her death? We gonna get to that, Miss Parker. This case is deepest F for real. Yeah. Oak Cliff is Trap Boy Freddy's coverage. He is connected to the cartels whose supply was stolen. And I ain't telling the guys in the chat to snitch, but just if you're not gonna be honest, as Auntie Fee just was, just you know what I'm saying. I get it, y'all just kicking it, smoking your weed, sit back. Oh damn, Miss Parker, this was a deep one, and I can respect it. But when y'all start doing trying to make it like the Naziah Harris case and spin people on Wild Goose Hunt and shutting everybody down, that kind of makes me be like, do you have kids? How much do your kids' life mean to you? Would you want somebody sharing your child's story when your voice can't be? Because I got a voice clip of her mother. Hurt. No justice for this baby. Disheartened. Never to see young Shavon walk across the stage to graduate. Never to see her baby get married, walk down the aisle and get married. Never to see grandbabies. Never to see her daughter in a prom dress. Do that bother y'all? Or do y'all kids just matter? You know what I'm saying? Because our kids matter to me. When it's brutal, when it's horrific, when it's uncalled for. Everybody's kids matter to me. I don't got to know your kids. But I know one thing, if this happened, I will be here doing the same exact thing. And I will be questioning any and everything that comes to it. I don't care who it was. Malaysia got knocked out for threatening to expose Kiwan. Is that the damn, as I tell what she was up here. Is that the it starts with a T, Kiwan? I mean shit. SRT, people don't know the hustle of trafficking. For real. They restarted. girl though. The restarted girl. Oh. Save our babies. And that's it, Josh. I know everyone is passionate about this, but please misspell the cuss words. Yeah, misspell the cuss word. He said MD20, that's where they effed up for real. She said, let's go, Fee, okay? Fee gonna drop them facts, China. They think every blogger is here to twist shit and stir the narrative, other than bringing awareness to this case. Thank you, Nee. I appreciate that, Nee. That's all it is, bringing awareness. Because I told my riders over here, every situation is not a SA situation. Some are just bad choices. Some shit will come back and haunt you for the decision you made. It'll come back and haunt my children, my grandchildren. So I've always been mindful how I move in the streets. Even though I thought I knew the streets, I didn't. But I was mindful how I moved. I wasn't careless. He said SRT facts, the shit is disgusting. The dude charged with Shavon killed paper pushing Dion. He took a plea deal at the trial to cut his time for Shavon. Dion was trapped best friend. The dude was charged with Shavon killed paper pushing Dion. He took a plea deal at the trial to cut time for. He said, okay, I heard about a dude named Zach too. Thank you for clearing that up, SIT. He's trying to misguide the narrative. Josh, I just know that when people start to speak out about someone that's supposedly to be family, goes behind the scenes and convinces the content creators not to speak on it. Well, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. How do you know? We got the paperwork, Rocky Dennis. The paperwork was presented. So what was she lying about? That's why I'm trying to see who is Rocky Dennis. The girl presented the receipts in black and white, straight from Peaches. It has been other messages circulated from Peaches. So I'm just asking, what did she lie? Who's lying? How is it lies if we see black and white? If it's receipts behind the scenes that are like, why does she got this? Why does she got this? Where did this come from? Why does she got this baby's paperwork? Why does she got this dude's paperwork? Why this and why that? We're questioning everything. He said, can you PG your comment? Yeah, MD20. Please turn your comments around. I'm going to have to take you out the chat. SRT, okay, better. Appreciate it. He said, Rocky, that's true, but the connection to the two main cliques involved in this story don't end there. Thank you, SRT. I appreciate that. Yeah, if MD, you got to change your cuss words or you got to go. Did one of the guys plead guilty? Devontae Owens pled out to Darius Fields, did not F with Trap at all enemies. Fee, yes, the Darius Fields do pled guilty, but it's the timing of it. MD20 is explicit with his comments. Well, y'all got to handle it then. Y'all can handle it. Y'all ain't got to tell me. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm going to look into this a little closer. Never heard, but interesting. I've seen that moniker three in this YouTube stream, and you just kept strolling. Yeah. Go ahead, Ryder. Do your thing, butterfly, okay? I'll email you too some stuff. Hey, Carla, my love. What's going on, my rider? Trap Boy Stepdad is Cartel, okay? Hey, Tony, my rider. At all SRT, that's a whole different animal. He said it goes deeper than that, Fee, but you own the right track. And that's why I said Phoebe on it. Because one thing about Fee, I ain't gonna let nobody in the chat take away from her. Phoebe on her research. Fee don't just do research like me. Phoebe on her shit. Unless she's on the track, on the right track. Look into Shania Davis. Portia, my bookie, my rider, what's going on? He said, look into it. Okay. She said, it's okay. He's gone because I'm not tolerating no disrespect to my people. If sis want to let him rock, I'll unblock him. But until then, he need to get out of my face disrespecting me and baby girl. Yeah. Callie, you did right. But you know that, Callie, y'all ain't got, that's why I just say y'all ain't got to tell me. I'm just catching up to the comments. I have to catch up on this one. Yes, Alma, my baby, my rider. Yes. Only people sliding Broadway is the cartel. Pay attention to what we've seen on the news. Only cartel on live children for ransoms. Not random. I get what you're saying. Rosie said 100%. I thought so. He was under Trap Boy. Rala. Hello, Ra. Pay attention to what we've been seeing lately. I am. Callie, he was being weird. Who's to say if he's really close to the young man and that baby girl? Yeah, this story is everything to Callie. So Callie knows what she can do. Yeah, Malaysia was a 6-speed manual. I thought so. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, broad day. Yeah, salute, Miss Kelly. Okay. Hey, Crown baby, what's going on, my rider? She said, "Long live Malaysia as well. She was beautiful." Hey, Rebecca, what's going on, my rider? Hey, Blue Devil G, what's going on? Let me finish playing this and then we'll get into it, okay? Kiwan almost got smoked in Royal Crest Apartments trying to save Malaysia. I remember the live and the keys to the street. Yeah, I see how deep sometimes these cases. He said facts, Ken. Peaches lied about Kiwan being involved with Shavon's death. How do you know that? How do you know, Rocky? That's what I'm saying to you. How do you know? I didn't say he unalived. I said he had involvement. It's a difference. Had involvement. And this is allegedly, these are my observations. But I want to know, how do you know that she lied? It's not okay to show people with crime scene photos and tell them that's how they're going to end up. Come on. It's just not natural. It's not natural that I'm carrying around nobody's kids. And in this case, we're talking about Shavon Randle. And we're talking about Kiwan White, somebody that Peaches was affiliated with. That's all I'm saying. Let's make it make sense. Jeez. I mean, we get in here and we'll fuss about, no, she didn't. Oh, no. How do I mess with a guy? Or somehow I'm involved with a guy and I got all of this. I got his paperwork. And in the midst of his paperwork, it's Shavon Randle's crime scene. Now, all I need, I don't care who said what. Explain it to me. Why was her crime scene involved with any paperwork she got from this man? If her main objective was 3, why would she have anything pertaining to Shavon? Good question, China. You know what? Everybody is tough in the game when it comes to individuals telling most people do when they're alone in interrogation room, like on the first 48. Let's go, blind goddess. Let's go, my rider. Hey, Carla, my rider. What's going on? You know what? Everybody. Okay. She said, I really wonder who is sit amongst. Okay, boo. Okay. She said, true. Rocky said, China baby, she was on a panel with Rain, and so player when Rain asked him to cover the Randle case, go back to the live and you'll see the real. Why did Rain ask her to cover it though? Even if that was said, Rocky, let's stay there for a minute. Why would Rain want to open up Shavon Randle's case? Because he knew if they open up Shavon Randle's case, it was going to take you to what happened at 3. That's what they want y'all to think. Only cartel on live kids. Okay, now you want to know who paid for Malaysia's surgery to transition. That's why I said, was it the T that starts with the T? I'm not saying that they're the only ones that unalive kids, La Lizzie, but when we really get to the Mo 3 sector part of it, Lizzie, I don't think it's uncommon for what we're talking about. And Rocky said something good. Let's look what Rocky said, y'all. Remember, Rain asked him to uncover the Randle case. Why did the Randle case stick out to Rainwater so much? Why did Rainwater want Shavon Randle's case to be open? Come on. Come on, SRT Ken. Yes. I missed her doing all that, yeah. That's all I'm saying. He said, SRT Lord. Yeah. Come on, we know this. Josh, we know this. You've been on top of it forever. We know this. Why would Rain want to act so player to talk about this baby's death? Thank you, SRT. That's what I think Rain put her up to it. But why? Why is a 13-year-old's death? Why do Rainwater want to know about Shavon Randle? Okay, Carla Boo. I heard a lot of them Dallas niggas helping Dallas niggas transforming came out when 3 first did. Ask yourself this: why would Keywan have pictures of the crime scene in his personal belongings? That's what I said. But it's the fact that she's got it, and we all know her affiliation to Freddie and Keywan. Should we keep playing slow, Rocky, or what are we doing? Okay, Callie. Rocky didn't, that's true, but he had also told Ratchet to go back over the Shavon Randle case. Why, Cardi K? We know Rain always got something up his sleeve when he asks somebody to do something like this. Why? And with the backup dancer, Freddie comes to the picture. We can't play like we don't know the friendships of Keywan and everybody else. We ain't got to say you ain't got to be the best of friends. But it was a common enemy. So let's stay right there. Let's quit scooting the goalpost over. Let's just stay what it is. Because Rocky, you moving the goalposts. You moving it over too far. Someone else said that. Yeah. SRT, okay, I know you talked about. Y'all kidding down a tripping, man. Look here. I want to rock out in these comments, but I don't even know anything about the topic at hand to say much. But let me see back. Kenya Buki, ride your wave. Just ride your wave, sissy. You know how we get down over here with the riders, but ride your wave, sis. I'm ready to play the rest of this clip, and we're going to finish this conversation, and I'm getting out of here for the night, okay? Come on, Lexi. Rain always got something up his sleeve. Is it Rain got something to do with it, Lexi? Or is it that Rain knows who got something to do with it? And he know that when Ratchet go through it or somebody go through it, they going to pull it out. So player definitely ain't going to do it. So player definitely wasn't going to do it. Hey, Phoenix, my rider, my sis, what's going on? Say that pop the shit. Pop that shit, done say it. I ain't even see pop that shit. I think Rain put her up to it. Rain be dry snitching so cold, but I understand why that's all I wanted it out there. Dry snitching. Been doing it for years. But where don't nobody take him serious? You don't believe what he say, but he really be dry snitching. Okay. All right, Josh. In case Keywan doesn't go down for Mo 3, or to make sure he goes down for Mo 3. Correct. He did ask Ratchet. Darius Fields and Keywan White. Y'all own it. Can. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So my riders can get involved with my sector. You know what I'm saying? SRT, China, baby. Pop that shit. Josh is all for my sector. China. Miss Callie and Leezy. But now I want to get my riders back on with me with the Shavon Randle case. And then again, we're gonna have story time, my riders, okay? To each and every one of my riders, we're gonna have story time about why this conversation means so much to me, and why some of the comments that y'all don't understand and stuff. So I'm gonna get y'all up to speed. We'll do a members only live, and my moderators will be there, so y'all will be able to attend that without being a member, and we'll get to it, okay?
By piece, prosecutors are going through the physical evidence in this case.
That is a brown paper bag with red stains.
They showed pictures from the crime scene, some of them so disturbing prosecutors asked the family if they wanted to leave. Even seasoned investigators say they were disturbed by how 13-year-old Shavon Randle, only in 7th grade, was found.
The smell and the level of decomposition was such that it absolutely took my breath away.
Prosecutors say Desmond Jones is the man who helped kidnap Shavon, drove her in this white Ford to the home in Oak Cliff where she was killed.
How was it that Shavon Randle was laying?
She was laying kind of on her stomach with her head turned to the side. As the days passed and her captors went on the run, Shavon's body remained in that abandoned house, hidden from the world. The state of her remains when they were finally discovered revealed the horrifying truth of what she had endured in her final moments. Even in death, the violence inflicted upon her was evident. The killers left her in the house, alongside the body of Michael Titus, a 19-year-old man who was also involved in the criminal underworld. Titus had been targeted for his connection to the stolen drugs, and like Shavon, his life was brutally ended in the same place. His body, too, bore the marks of a violent death, another victim in the tangled web of crime that had ensnared Shavon. Days after Shavon's abduction, on July 1st, 2017, law enforcement received a tip that led them to a small, white, abandoned house in East Oak Cliff, a neighborhood known for its crime and poverty. The scene that awaited them was one of horror. Inside the house, authorities found the two bodies, Shavon Randle and Michael Titus. The discovery was a devastating blow to Shavon's family and the entire community. The reality of what had happened to Shavon was almost too much to bear.
They told us that when they first arrived here at the scene, they could see that there was someone injured inside the home. They went in, they found two bodies inside that home. They came back out, got a search warrant, and when they went back inside...
And I want y'all to stick with what Josh said. He said a criminal underworld that says a lot. They didn't say organized crime. Criminal underworld is what they said. That's exactly the word they used. So that lets you know that goes deep. And y'all put justice for baby Shavon Randle and Mike T. I don't wish death on anybody. Man, this shit is crazy. They had that baby tied up, basically tortured Mike T and that baby. Hey, Aries, my rider. Hey, Sean, I seen you, my rider. Come through. I'm on my rider. I seen you come through. Portia, my girl, my sister, my rider. Welcome. He said, wow. Yeah. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, my sister, my rider. I hate when the news like Mike T was 15. Yeah.
They were able to positively identify one of those bodies as 13-year-old Shavon Randle. The other one is of a man, someone they have not identified, at least not publicly to us yet. Now, as late as 10 o'clock last night, police had 4 people in custody after Shavon Randle disappeared on Wednesday when somebody had called her family and said that she might be in danger. However, police were still looking for 19-year-old Michael Titus. And though they haven't said specifically if they are still looking for him this morning, they have told the Randle family in the over.
So did they get, because I want to do a part 2 then, did they get arrested for corruption in this case? Because when y'all heard the time he got, it's going to blow your minds. Thank you, Ryder.
The overnight hours about this discovery.
The details of the crime were gruesome. Shavon had been shot multiple times, with 2 bullets to her head. The condition of her body indicated that she had suffered terribly before her death. Even seasoned
the baby at 13 suffered terribly, where they tortured her. So Rocky, you said, oh, she wasn't tortured. That was cap. If you was not in there, so you had to be there to know what they did and didn't do, right? Can I say it? Because I did my research. As far as police getting fired, I'm not sure for what. Nigga shot the baby in the head twice, bro. And 2 more times. Don't forget 4 times, SRT. After torturing this baby. The reason why Mike T was unalive, because he was a loose end. They made him unalive 13-year-old Shavon Randle. And after he did what they said and asked him to do, they unalived him. And that's the amount of evil and violence. Darius Phil's uncle is one of the biggest drug dealers in Dallas history. He put all these niggas, stepdaddies, and OGs in one shape, form, or fashion, including city count. So that makes sense on what Melanated Queen just said. And it makes what SRT just said about after Three's death, he resigned. Thank you, Callie. But come on, sis, he'd have been a loose end. That's why they made him unalive the baby. They made him unalive the baby. Right, Aries, it is. It was said they cut off a body part. Absolutely. So that's why I want all the, if you wasn't third, if you was not third, I know what I read up on. Peaches said they cut their eyes and ears off and chopped their bodies up. That was false, Miss Parker. They were shot. Rocky. They did things. If you just heard what they said, that baby was tortured. Was in bad conditions before the shot. The body was art because she was tortured. That's why they say one of the worst cases. It's not their first unaliving with a gun. Mike T was guilty by association. Was Mike related to Shavon? Everyone definitely feared Darius Fields. Damn, I never knew the details. That's cold-blooded. Definitely sounds like cartel, allegedly. So Mike wasn't supposed to be watching her. He's a loose end. Y'all, come on, Sean. You smarter than that. In underground criminal, we're talking about underground criminal stuff. Y'all think if y'all say in the cartel and it's alleged, but loose ends gotta go too. He said, "Pop, yeah, that was cutting off." Absolutely, it was torture. They said it. I need a part 2 for us who are clueless. I'll do a part 2. I'll do a part 2 tomorrow, just for a second. And I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up, but I want to finish playing this. But I want to go back. So for the ones that saying they wasn't tortured. Exactly, Josh. Why her? Because the cousin had 2 kids. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Fee. Like, I don't know who Rocky is to keep saying, like, no, everything everybody's saying about this case, you're saying no. Who are you, Rocky? And what's your involvement? Because you sure know a lot not to been there. I've read this case without listening. They never put the full details into these stories. We know that. But she had kids. That's the thing, Cardi. Why was she there that day? On that day, she was kidnapped. She goes to the cousin's house on that day. That particular day, she's there. And they don't take none of her children. They take Shavon Randle. Okay, Cal. I got you. I got you, sister. Democratic K, that sound like what they saying led to the Little Ronnie situation. Who knows, Josh? Underground criminal organization. Corruption altogether. I don't care who don't like who. Before a common enemy, cartels involved, people better have their shit together. Oh yeah, corruption. A sergeant just got indicted for sales of stolen weapons. This is a sergeant. How many cases are going unsolved? Are pieces getting missing, or things are getting misconstrued? We have somebody, you know what I'm saying, pushing all these different narratives, hiding evidence. We're wondering why people ain't getting charged with cases. So if the sergeant was corruption, my God, this goes deep. Because names don't come up. Names don't come up. It's okay, sis. I'm gonna do a part 2 tomorrow. It's made national news. It did. But it didn't get big based off of everybody that's involved. Blue Devil G. It's a lot of dirty hands in this baby's unaliving. All for 100 pounds of weed. It was covered in the trial. It's all on YouTube. The reports are all there. The doctors and all. Somebody robbed a drug lord. Hey, Real Vibe. Josh, yeah. Yeah. It's like at Rocky, I don't know nothing about this case, but you're acting slick suspect yourself. Like, what y'all in the alley? Come on. I mean, Rocky. You saying it's covered on the trail. We can't go by all of that, Rocky. You want us to stay in the simple part of it. Like, it's all on YouTube. Just go on YouTube. See, you want us to stay right there. You don't want us to go underground, Rocky. And that's crazy to me. Cardi K, you just dropped a gem on me. The guy they gave 99 years testified everything he witnessed in that house. With both of them, he's connected to the guy who recorded 3. Dropped the one song. The one suing the estate of Melvin. But let her Hines Boulevard. But they let her come on. They said their intention was to take one of her kids, but Shavon was the one that answered the door. She was there supposedly to watch the handicapped daughter, allegedly. Why on that day? Yeah, she did. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Randle, for the information. I think Rocky just going by what's in black and white. Rocky Kudo. I'm just saying that Rocky's cool, but I'm just saying that everything anybody's saying is it's not. We know about Auntie Fee said yes, she was tortured. Rocky is turning down anything when anybody get close. That's how I know it's more to it. Everything everybody's saying stems to be true, because one person just turned down everything everybody's saying. Yes, she answered the door. He said the facts are, if you're from Dallas, unfortunately, you know the people involved. And do you got to be in Dallas to put together what everybody from Dallas is saying and go, But everybody from Dallas, Cardi K, SRT, Josh is there. A lot of people in Dallas. And they're saying things and everything being like, no, it ain't. No, it didn't. Watch it on YouTube. We're not going to get the underground criminal shit on YouTube. We're not going to get the dirty hands of it from the underground on YouTube. Hey, Kimberly Love.
Investigators were disturbed by what they saw. The young girl, who should have been enjoying her summer vacation, was instead lying lifeless on the floor of an abandoned house.
Prosecutors showed the pictures of weapons, bullets, and other items found in several cars belonging to Jones and 3 other suspects. And experts talked about how they painstakingly processed the crime scene, searching for bullet fragments. Defense lawyers criticized the investigation because some of the bullet fragments were found only after a second search of the home, a month after Randle was found. One of the last witnesses to testify was the medical examiner who said Randle was shot 4 times. 2 of those bullets went through her head as she died almost instantly.
The house itself was a picture of neglect and decay. Dust covered the floors, and the air was thick with the stench of decomposition. The small, dilapidated structure.
And I'm glad to hear that, Rocky, too. He said, well, Shavon Randle, the girl Mo3 took the picture of at her mural. That's interesting, Josh. He said, Rocky facts. Rocky, I'm taking all notes. Because I told Josh said he's going to do whatever I do, he's going to go and do it over. And I said, I think that's great. Because I like how Josh, and Josh, drop your link, please, and let us know when you want to. Because I want your theory on it. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear how you really break it down after hearing whatever everybody's saying. Miss Parker, that's like saying Dolph was shot 22 times and he was stabbed as well. No, that's false. Them doctors testified under oath of you leave anything out the case can be thrown out the window. But I'm saying this part. Devontae Owens, Darius Fields, people of interest. Yes. But I want you to sit back on it for a second, Carla, while you're listening. And pay attention to the people in the chat. That's why I want to do a part 2. But I think we're going to go to Josh's, and after Josh do his time, because I know Josh is great getting into it. Cardi K, I understand. That's why I didn't cover Dog. And that's what I'm saying to Rocky Dennis. I get it. But then the auntie didn't want to reveal the fact that Darius gave her a ransom amount until after Shavon. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to get to that. I want to get to that, SIT. That's why I said it's something else to it. But like they said, underground organized crime. Nobody in court is going to talk about. Come on, they beat unalived. Underground is deeper than being in the streets. It's deeper. Come on, SIT. That's all I said. Why that day was she there to watch the handicapped child? It was more to it. Somebody had to go. But instead of sacrificing my own, I'll sacrifice her. Well, SRT, even hey, maybe they need to go back and listen to these videos. And on down the line, we can't take away torture. They said the body was in bad shape. She was in horrible shape from torture. So the lawyers can go back and do whatever they want with that. What's the real reason they unalived the 13-year-old girl? Exactly. Why her? No, I'm not doing nothing today. I have to do my research and talk to some people I know that's there. And then no, I didn't say you was doing it today, Josh. I just said drop your link so when you do, I can alert my people and we can come over. I don't get why it has to be like an Easter egg hunt. If people want to say what happened, why I don't understand that. I don't understand as Black people why we will go through an Easter like a whole, you know what I'm saying? I won't say shit. Like if it gets to that, I'd rather just don't. And I don't for the kids. I can't. Hey, Sharita, my baby. Rocky, field day for what? If the defendant's gonna take the plea anyway, come on. Give me till Tuesday or Wednesday. Hey, Bookie, I asked about you earlier, my rider. He said, facts, SRT. They could have easily kidnapped the aunt. They said outside up. Come on. Why they didn't? Thank you, Josh. You guys make sure y'all follow Josh World for riders so we can get up to date and I can take y'all on a ride of a lifetime. Ride with me through my Mo3 sector, my riders, okay? We're going to go to Josh World. Josh is comfortable and is smooth and cool over there. And I know the men is going to follow, ladies, okay? So when he does it, I will let y'all know. Welcome, Sharita, rider for life. Cardi K, ain't nobody paying ransom for an older Black woman. Shit, niggas ain't even paying for the baby. Her Iller's got 70-year life sentence. I heard different only 1, 2, 3, but I'm gonna get to that. Let me finish this, and then I want to get to what her mother had to say. Okay.
Structure had become a tomb for Shavon and Titus, a place where their lives were violently taken. The sheer brutality of the crime scene shocked even the most experienced law enforcement officers. Investigators carefully combed through the house, collecting evidence that would later be crucial in bringing Shavon's killers to justice. Bullet fragments were found in the walls and floors, indicating the ferocity of the shooting. Blood spatter analysis would later confirm the violent nature of the murders, providing a grim picture of Shavon's final moments. As the investigation unfolded, the depth of the criminal activities surrounding Shavon's kidnapping and murder became clear. Darius Fields and his accomplices were not just petty criminals, they were part of an organized crime syndicate involved in drug trafficking, robbery, and violence. The evidence against them was overwhelming. Over 700 exhibits were presented in court, including surveillance footage, photos, and physical evidence recovered from the crime scenes. FBI agent Jennifer Brigman, who led the evidence gathering, played a crucial role in ensuring that every piece of evidence was meticulously documented.
Also in court today, Desmond Jones's girlfriend, her identity hidden, testifying about calling police after being told her car and her boyfriend were part of Shavon's abduction.
Why did you call the police on the 30th? That evening, his sister called me and told me they stole that little girl in your car. And I was like, you lying? And she was like, no, you can get it on the news. And so I ended up Googling it, and I just looked at the description of the car.
They stuffed that little girl in the car. That is what that witness testified to based on the information she had in that phone call. By the way, that girlfriend's car, it was driven by Desmond Jones. How do we know that? He actually is on audio tape with the FBI saying he had that car on the day that Shavon Randle was missing.
The prosecution's case was strong. They aimed to prove that Fields and his associates were involved in a larger criminal conspiracy, and that Shavon's kidnapping and murder were part of their ruthless attempts to recover the stolen drugs.
We didn't have the positive result we were looking for, but being able to let Shavon's family know that we've located her was our goal. We're going to continue our investigation.
We're gonna do a part 2 on this. I want y'all to hear the mother, and then I'm gonna get out of here because Shankrock does have that's interesting, ain't it, Melanated Queen? He has a Naziah Harris case coming up, but I want you guys to hear the mother and hear how many years one of them got.
I guess it just ain't settled in yet. I don't know how I really feel right now. It's just the fact of just having to keep going through this, having to see them and trying to prove that he the best kid in the whole wide world. I mean, now he took my baby, and I can't get my baby back. So whether they would have gave him 50 years, that wouldn't have been enough. It wouldn't have been enough. No, 18 years is not enough. It's not enough.
18 years. 18 years. Who said life? 77 years. 18 years. So I want my riders to do research. It is, Carla. He said, Lord, 18. You know, I know, Rozzy, y'all. I know. Little mama, wow. That's crazy because she got the crime scene photos, which is some. Let's go, SRT. That's all I'm saying. It's not fair to the people who really care about these cases when people spin narratives and give false job titles for clicks and views. That's crazy work, Ms. Parker. You look for truth. I salute you. I do. Because I want to know about this baby. That's not even life. Come on, Josh. Come on. One got 55 years. Okay? They dozed the house down after they found her. That's one that's on the plea agreement. Okay. Okay. I want to do a part 2. They get more time, don't they? Don't they? Pedophiles getting bonds, orders, but don't go out there and sell a little dope and a little weed. Donald Trump even said, y'all great start doing the death penalty for weed after a certain amount. I said, wait, what? But the pedophiles get the walk. Now, for you weed dealers, the pedophiles get bonds. But he wants to unalive the weed dealers. A natural plant at that. A natural plant. They all should be charged with capital. Why is Texas so lenient? Well, we just heard a lot of corruption. You guys, the baby family robbed the wrong family. Kenneth was a goofy and should have been charged as well. Y'all make sure y'all pull up with a part 2. I'm going to do a part 2, connect with some people, get some information. Y'all do y'all research on Shavon Randle. Y'all make sure y'all pull back up with me in my riders, okay? Even my 3 sector people, make sure y'all pull back up for part 2. Josh is going to do his research as well, and I do want to hear his perspective on this case. But let's make sure we go over there, riders. I want to get into this Naziah Harris case and see what Shank is great to present. Yeah, I'm gonna get with my riders. Miss Sean, y'all make sure y'all follow us over to Shank Rocks, okay? And I might come back later about this tonight. I might just do that. I think I'm gonna come back later on, guys, and we're gonna break it down. So I'll be back, riders, okay? After Shank finishes his, we'll be back. But thanks, you guys. Hit that like button, okay?